We've been scoreboard watching for some time. No need to do that anymore. This is a game that you can just watch and enjoy because the Astros are chasing the Texas Rangers in the division right now. In fact, currently 3 games back in the AL West, so can really erase that deficit if they play well over the next 3 games.
And they're going to see Brandon Bielak start off this homestand and this series against the Texas Rangers. 12 games, 11 starts this season, a 3.46 ERA. He's been good of late. And this will be his first start against the Texas Rangers. Does have 7 appearances against him.
He's got Marcus Semien leading off. He has had that going all year long, his 101st game.
And Semien bounces it left side to his left. Bregman scoops the short hop and throws to first in time to get Semien. Nice play by Bregman to his left, getting that tough hop.
Yeah, really had to adjust his feet. He made that play with his arm, but it starts with his footwork, being able to gauge the perfect hop and be able to make that play. It was not easy, and you got to keep Marcus Semien off the base paths.
Here's Travis Jankowski, left-handed hitting right fielder.
That ball hit pretty well into right center field, but Kyle Tucker has a beat on it and will put it away. Initially, that looked like it had a chance to get in between Tucker and Myers.
Nathaniel batting .284, riding a 7-game hitting streak, and he's also reached base safely in 15 consecutive games.
So Nathaniel Lowe saw 10 pitches, spoiling a lot of 2 strike offerings, and draws a 2-out walk here.
So Josh Young stands in, rookie third baseman, batting .273, .325 on base percentage. Tied for 7th in the AL with 19 homers, 59 RBIs.
Young hits one high into the air, deep left field, sailing toward the Crawford boxes, and it is gone. A good half-dozen rows up into said boxes for Josh Young, his 20th home run of the year. He gives a little wave to the Rangers bullpen out in left center as he has given Texas a 2-0 lead.
Now it's Jonah Heim, switch hitting catcher, another Rangers all-star this year, hitting .282, and that's a ground ball right at the second baseman Dubon, down to one knee to field it, straightens up and throws out Heim to retire the side.
John Gray going tonight. This will be start number 19 for him. 6-5 record, 13 home runs allowed in his 103 and a third innings. How about his road ERA at 2.31?
Mauricio Dubon leads it off for the Astros against Rangers right-hander John Gray, whose first pitch is bounced up the middle and throw for a base hit. So Mauricio Dubon, per usual, doesn't waste much time, and he's aboard to lead off the ball game. It was Dubon who had the go-ahead home run in the 9th inning yesterday in Oakland in the Astros 3-2 win.
Okay, so a man on now with Alex Bregman coming to the plate.
There's a ball into right field. Astros trying to answer right back. Back-to-back base hits here to start the bottom half of the first inning. Breggy's first career hit against John Gray.
Yeah, Breggy's in a good spot. He's been swinging the bat well the last 7 games. But you got to take advantage of those mistakes, and he finally got one from John Gray with that fastball that he wanted in, stayed out over the plate, and he just went with it.
And now has 2 men on here for Kyle Tucker, 6th in the AL with a .302 average, 3rd with a .379 on base percentage, 17 homers.
That's a ball 4 off the plate. Astros have loaded them up with nobody out.
Well, bases loaded and nobody out. The Astros with a golden opportunity here to strike early, get back on the board after trailing 2-0 here in the first inning.
Ball 4, bases loaded, walk. Astros get one of the runs back. Back-to-back walks. It's now a 2-1 game.
Pitching coach Mike Maddox out to the hill.
They're out there just trying to settle Gray down just a little bit. His mind's got to be spinning a little bit, particularly the way the last 5 starts have gone for him, because he has not been his usual self.
Bases remain loaded here for Chas McCormick.
And that is hit in the air pretty deep to right center field. Going back on it to Veras at the wall, and that ball is off the wall. Scoring is Bregman. Right behind him, Tucker. Chas McCormick drives in 2 with a double. 3-2 Astros. And still nobody out for Yainer Diaz, the DH.
Strike 3. There you go. A big out, the first of the inning for John Gray.
And this is the right guy for him in this spot, because we know that Diaz is not very disciplined. He's going to chase a lot. Most of this lineup is very disciplined, but you get to a certain spot here with Diaz, he will open up the strike zone.
Here's Jeremy Pena. Is Pena trying to get out of this funk he's been in? 4 hits in his last 37 at-bats.
Ground ball. Brayu heading home with the infield back. Pena puts it in play, and that's good enough for an RBI ground out. Jeremy Pena tries in the 4th run of the inning. It's 4-2 Astros.
Well, the Rangers were down 4-2 at one point yesterday. A little bit of a different situation, of course, but they came back to win. This game is very early, and John, getting out of this inning without further damage is huge.
And here, a swing and a miss on the John Gray slider. Myers strikes out, so Gray gets a couple of punch outs, but the Astros come back.
Rangers with runners at first and second and one out for Josh Smith, trailing 4-2 here in the top of the second.
Chops it down the first baseline, and that one gets through into right field. Here comes Miller. He'll score easily. Josh Smith brings him home, and it's a 4-3 ball game.
That brings up Travis Jankowski. They flied out to right back in the first. Runners at first and third, 2 outs.
Ground ball, first base, off the glove of Abreu. That ties the game. Taveras comes in from third, and we are all even at 4.
Lowe started the Rangers rally in the first with a walk, then scored on Josh Young's 2-run homer.
And this one lined into center. That's a base hit. Around third base, Josh Smith. He heads to the plate. He'll score. And the Rangers are back in front. It's 5-4.
Texas 2 in the first, Houston 4 in the first, and the Rangers 3 in the second. So that's where we stand. Josh Smith will lead it off, and he blasts one deep to right. This one's sailing into the people.
And he makes it a 6-4 Rangers lead.
A good piece of hitting. Knowing the situation right there, was able to drive it deep enough, easily scoring the run, but you also now move what would be the tying run to third base with 1 out.
And Diaz lifts this one in the center. This should get the run in.
Brand new ball game. Sac fly by Yainer Diaz.
How many times tonight, bases loaded, nobody out? That's at least 3.
That one's high, ball 4. And Jonah Heim with a bases loaded walk, and the Rangers have retaken the lead at 7-6. And that brings up Mitch Garver with the bases loaded and 1 out. An opportunity really for them to try and break this thing open.
And it bounces to the plate. That's ball 4. Garver brings in another run.
Quite the collective groan from nearly 38,000 amassed here.
Pitch to Taveras. He swings and slices one high in the air to deep left center field. Myers going back just shy of the track. He makes the catch.
That's deep enough to get another run to the plate. The sac fly makes it 9-6.
Chapman, who hadn't walked anybody in a Rangers uniform in 7 shutout innings, has walked 2 here, back-to-back hitters, and that'll bring up Chas McCormick.
To left field and deep, going back, and they're going to say it's a home run! A 3-run shot! And Chas McCormick, on the first pitch he sees from Aroldis Chapman, ties this game at 9.
McCormick draws the walk. Tucker, the winning run, is at second base with 1 out for Yainer Diaz.
There's a base hit into right field. Jankowski will field it. Here comes Tucker. The throw cut off. Tucker safe. Astros walk it off. 10-9.